to present my screen. So wait, Jennifer asked me, do students have access to making Google Forms? They can definitely make them. They go to forms.new, which I did not show in my last webinar, but I meant to. I only had so much time. Forms.new is awesome. It just makes a new form. So students can certainly make forms, like they can make a Google Doc and a Google Slides. I don't see any reason why we shouldn't let them make forms. In fact, we should, especially as a math teacher, I should ask my kids to get their own data rather than rely on some stupid table in the textbook that's literally means nothing. So what we're doing today is Google Forms attendance webinar. And there are many ways to take attendance. This is just one suggestion. And just as a recap is that I do webinars because I want you to interrupt me. I want you to ask questions. I want you to take me off track. Otherwise, I would just make a YouTube video. Okay? So my first thing I just want to say is why use Google Forms for attendance? Because they're the best. Like, Google Forms is the best thing since sliced bread. I use it for like everything. I love it. So these are my tips, and these are tips. There's reasons why you wouldn't, but I think you should like listen to my suggestions. You should use only one Google Form. So let's say you teach algebra and geometry and advanced math and periods 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. One form. They all use the same one for attendance. You just ask for period. So you have a drop-down question. It says, what period are you in? And then on my spreadsheet, I can filter and sort it by period. But then all my attendance is one place. I don't have to keep opening multiple Google Forms, Google spreadsheets to see the attendance. So I like that.
So you take it even for live face-to-face classroom?
Jennifer, I am sure that you are better than me. But I am always being called at the end of the day, Keeler, so-and-so and so-and-so have not taken their attendance today. Like every day, Jennifer, I am publicly shamed.
Yes.
As I deserve to be. That is a fair and rightful punishment for me not taking my attendance. But even if I am taking it during the day, I pretty much do my attendance wrong. Are you better than me? I hope that you're better than me.
No, I'm not.
Having some sort of a digital backup that I can just go through and look, did they do it?
That's a great idea. I had never thought about taking it for everybody.
Yeah, and then I can ask a question if I want. So this sounds weird because you have the timestamp, but I think you should ask for the date every day and just change it. And the reason why is because timestamp's actually a little jerky in that it collects the second. So if you want to filter it for everyone who answered on Monday, okay, you can, but it's not as easy as if you just said Monday 9/14 and then you filtered it for Monday 9/14. It'll just be easier to just have a question that changes the date and it only asks one question. I'm going to show you this. And I think it's nice to ask an SEL question. How you feeling today? And then use emojis. If you got a bunch of people with red faces, they're not going to learn today. Some drama happened out at the playground and you need to address getting everybody like focused and having some breathing and whatever. It's just nice. I know someone, they always use a Google form after recess. Kids come in from recess, they fill out a Google form. How you feeling? Because sometimes there's drama out at recess and he needs to address that before he's able to teach. Smart, right? Yeah, but he's, I don't think I have any money. So if you can find some, go check Dad's room.
I have money, but you don't want me to waste it.
You can take your own money. Did you hear this? My son wants me to give him money for snow cones, but he shouldn't use his own money because he would waste it. Oh, being a mom is the best. Okay, so let's make one. I'm going to do forms.new. I'm going to call it 2020, 2021 attendance form. I'm going to use it all year and the same one every day. You want to make sure that it is collecting email addresses. I have this fly buzzing around my head and it's not going to go away. And I'm just going to keep doing this like a weirdo. If it's not doing it, please click on the settings cog. I don't want response receipts. I don't know why it just keeps asking that or doing it by default. I do want it to collect email addresses. Okay. And then I want to do first name. Trust me on this. And last name. Hey, buddies. Don't talk loudly. I want to do first name and last name separately so that I can sort by last name. So I can sort by last name. Control Shift Enter here. I'm going to do what period are you in? Don't let them type that, you guys. Do not. They will type weird things. They'll first FIRST, 1ST, just a 1, and then who the heck knows what else. So I'm going to do P1 geometry, P2 algebra, P3 geometry, P4 prep period. That's just to trick them, see if they're paying attention. P5 geometry, P6 algebra. Guys, too loud. Okay. Now, this has more than 4 choices, so my rule is that I have to change it to a drop down. It has to be a drop down. Okay. Then I want to ask my SEL question. How are you feeling today? And then I like to go to Emojipedia. There was a big freeze last week and all the flies died. And for like 3 days, it was glorious. And now they're like back. All right, so I'm getting my mad face, copy, put it over here, mad face.
Alice,
Yep.
as you asked, here I am. Will the command, control, and space bar work to get your emojis in there without having to go there?
Yes. I don't like to use it, but you can use it.
Okay, because I'm just thinking, for me, it's easier than going out and then getting them. Okay.
Yes, I just like to look at the options and then I like to be able to search. The problem with that one is I can't search it. I can never seem to find what I wanted fast enough. And I'm real fast with Control T. And you can see that I go to Emojipedia so often. I literally just type E and I push enter. And then I search up happy. And see, and then like I have choices. I don't care how you get your emojis. There's a lot of ways. And Emojipedia is not the only one. Maybe I just want to have like super mad, kind of mad, really good, pretty good. I don't know, whatever. But just giving you a sense of, okay, do we have enough? Can we just start class, or do we need to like address some things? And if you want, you can ask another question. Anything you want me to know. If you do that, you have to make sure you actually read it, just so you know. Do you think I'm leaving anything off of here? I ask my students every day, I am here in person. I am here in person, but tardy. I am absent. I am participating remotely. So that is literally my attendance question every day.
Where's your date?
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I knew I was missing something. It does do timestamp, but I say, what is today? And I'm going to do Monday, 9/14. I don't know about you guys, but I like to have the word Monday in my, because otherwise I just have timestamp and I'm like, okay, what day was the 15th? I don't know. All right, we are going to fill out my form so that I can get some fake data. You don't have to put your real email addresses in here, but you have to help me fill this out. If you put SS and like any two numbers and at fresnoteach.org, those are my like all my fake students. You can pick your favorite number. I just need some answers in here so I can show you what happens. Submit another response.
Again, Alice, I'm sorry to keep on bothering you while other people are filling it out. I've been working, I also teach the teachers to do a Google form, use the same form, change the date every day. And I was working with a teacher today, and she is in Google Classroom taking a picture of the people who did not fill out the form. Now, because every school, it's weird, our district doesn't have any protocol for it. Every school is different. So I said, why are you taking a picture? Why aren't you in your spreadsheet? We can sort it, blah, blah, blah. She goes, because I just want to know who did not fill it out so I can mark them absent. And I'm like, son of a gun. I would not have thought that.
That's
and it
smart.
was easier.
That's smart. So if let's go to a Google Classroom class. And come on. Math class is my fake class. I'm going to create an assignment. I'm going to add it from Google Drive. I'm going to put my attendance question in there. It's right there. Don't put anything else. Don't put anything else. So long as that is the only thing attached. Don't link to anything. This should be the only, no more adding, no more creating. Don't do it. Then, and you'll make it ungraded. And my due date is today. It's going to make me do after right now. And my topic is today, and I assign it. If they fill it out, it will automatically mark it as done in Google Classroom. But the trick here is that you only have one attachment. Now, tomorrow, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here to the Google form, and I'm going to change it. Actually, I'm going to do you one better because you've closed it, right? So I'm going to go to my Google Classroom. I'm going to go to yesterday's attendance. First of all, I drag yesterday's attendance to the week of. And then I click on it so it opens up the form so I don't have to go look for it. Yeah. Click the pencil icon in the corner. And then just first thing in the morning, I change my, what is it today? Tuesday, 9:15. Okay, guys, we have to fill this out again. Eyeball. I don't know about you guys, but I always go eyeball and I copy the link there. You can also click on send and click on the link icon and copy the link. That works too. Whatever you like. All right, we're filling it out again. Okay. All right. So how are we going to handle this? Back in the form, I go to the responses tab. I'm going to click on the spreadsheet icon. I'm going to make a spreadsheet for my attendance for the whole year. Look how nice this is. I know you like this emoji one. Yeah. You can hover over where it says, what period are you in? I click on the little tiny triangle that's on the column header. Let me make this bigger. I sort A to Z. So now it's sorted by period. The problem with this is, let's change these. Hold on. Well, I got on my timestamps. See how it puts the minute and the second? So when I want to filter it or sort it, that's a problem. If you come up to the toolbar and you click on the filter icon, and I create a filter. Wait, hold on. I'm going to create a filter. See how I'm filtering that column I had highlighted? I highlight the column, I click the filter icon. Then I can say, I just want to see, I'm going to clear all, clear. I just want to see period 1 geometry. Click the filter icon. Okay, I don't want geometry, I want algebra 2 or period 2. See how I can use the same Google form? But you're like, but Alice, I've been using it all year, so that's all of algebra 2's attendance for the whole year. Select all, oh, I did, okay. Right? So what I want to do is I want to get a filter over here on what is today. I'm highlighting it, I'm clicking my filter. That is in my way. I click on the little icon for the filtering, and I want only Tuesday. Clear all, just Tuesday. Now I'm only looking at the Tuesday ones. Now, if I were to go over and filter it on timestamp, watch me be a liar. The last time I tried it, I haven't tried this in a long time, and they're always changing things. But if I do filter, yeah, okay? It's all of them. It has nothing to summarize because they're all different because they have a different second. Oh my gosh. So you cannot easily filter timestamp. So what you want to do is you want to highlight these columns. When I highlight these columns and hit the filter icon, first one, do you see how it puts the little filtery icon on all those columns you had highlighted? So what is today? I'm going to clear it, and I'm only going to do 9:15. And then over here, what period are you in? I'm going to clear it, and I only want period 2. Dang it, I got to put okay. I'm all zoomed in, so it's messing me up. What happened here? I said, I know I did. Clear, period 2. Okay. So now it's only period 2 for Tuesday.
Could you, if you had everything put back, can you just go without using the filter? I tried doing it today, and I believe it worked, but I don't know that I could replicate it. I needed, because she's everything in there, and she teaches 6 classes a day. I said, okay, let's do the day's date so we could get to 9:14. And at the top, I did it, and then I did by period, because that's how we set it up.
Mm-hmm.
Will that work if we do it that way?
Well, I'm just saying, if it will always show you all of them. So now,
in order.
Now it's December, and don't forget the new ones are at the bottom.
Would you just consider hiding your top rows like at the end of the day?
Definitely, that is a great way to do it. I definitely would hide, and that would solve that problem. So
Okay.
you can. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to sort it by the timestamp, or sort it over here by what is today. And which is what in this case, since I'm demonstrating, my timestamps are all basically the same. Okay, it's this one. So then from 7 to 2, I highlight those columns and I just hide, or rows, and I hide them. And now I sort A to Z by period. And now they stack up, and these are just today's.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. I was going to show something else. I'm going to think of it in a second. What do you think I'm missing here? I feel like I was going to say something. I don't know what it was. Anyway, let's pretend you didn't do this. What is today? If you want, you can write a formula, equals month. And I click on the timestamp. All of you have forms where it's already too late. You have a timestamp and you can't filter it. So here's the month, and here's the day, equals day, timestamp. So now I can see month and day, so I can sort by those instead of having to do the timestamp. Now, if you want to get fancier, you can say equals month of the timestamp and quotation slash quotation and the day of the timestamp. I'm just going to let that sit here for a minute so you can see, you can ponder on how I concatenated. I've smashed together the month of the timestamp and a slash and the day of the timestamp. So if you have forms you already made, or you don't want to update the question every day, you can use equals month and equals day. All right, now I'm going to copy these down. Here's the problem. When I enter a new form, that won't do it. Let me just change these to 15s manually.
Another question.
Ask me.
Is there a way to, at the new month, make the answers in the same spreadsheet but go to a new tab? So we could have September tab.
Sally, I'm working up to it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. So to be clear, Sally, the only reason we do this as a webinar and not a YouTube video is so that you can interrupt me and ask me questions. So don't apologize. That's exactly why we're doing this.
Okay, well, I'm very good at that, as it turns out. So
good. I appreciate it more than you know. There's nothing worse than talking to yourself.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to fill out this form one more time, or probably 10 more times. I don't know. All right. What's this 92? How am I feeling today? Awesome. Here in person. Can submit. So the problem is when we come over here, I've got this information, but when I submitted, the date didn't come down. So there is an add-on called Copy Down that you would have to install. You would go to the Get Add-ons, and you would choose Copy Down. I'm going to do Copy Down settings. And that it has to be row 2. I'm going to turn this on. It has to be row 2 that has my formula. So remember, I wrote formulas in my spreadsheet. It says formula row is row 2. And it found these formulas. Now I think this is cool where I paste it as a value. So it's going to automatically on form submit. When I submit a form, it's going to copy those formulas. And then if I check the checkbox and say as values, it puts it as text instead of as a formula, so I can do stuff with it, because sometimes formulas are awesome and sometimes they mess you up if you want to copy paste it somewhere. Okay? So let's see what happens now when I fill out this form again. Okay. So if you look over here, I have the copy down formula. Should have, why didn't it do it? Should have on form submit. Maybe I missed a step. Copy down. Oh, there it is. I just wasn't patient enough, y'all. You see how eventually it did it? It put the 914 in there on form submit. All right, now to Sally's question. I coded this one myself, Sally. I made it myself. This is available in the Get Add-ons. If you go to Get Add-ons, right, and you search, you can do copy down. If you type in 2 tabs, you can install this. And so I'm going to go add-ons. I'm going to do my 2 tabs, and we're going to show the sidebar. It says select a column. What tabs do you want to put it in, Sally? By date or by period? I know.
I never thought about it. I'm thinking date for September, and then the next tab could be October. But gosh, period 1, period 2 might be nice.
Okay.
Let's go month, because that was my original theory.
Well, the problem is all my months say 9.
Okay, let's go period, because that'll work.
So I submit, and you'll see down here at the bottom, that for each period, I've got all the attendance sorted. Now this will automatically update, so let me fill it out one more time, or 20 more times. I filled that out for period 6. Yeah, right? So I just now clicked on the period 6 and it showed up. And the reason it works is because it's actually using a filter. So it's filtering the original sheet for period 6. The problem is if you get a new value that it wasn't expecting. So if I go back to my form and, hey, buddy, your glasses came in, so we got to go get them.
Wait, where did they came in?
Well, they came into Liberal, so we're going to have to drive an hour, okay, Ben?
Oh, dang it. I didn't want you back tomorrow.
So now I have P7 advisory period. So guys, I need you to not talk. Thank you. SSB9 at FresnoTeach.org. Whoops, should have made those required. But you'll notice there's no period 7 tab. There's no period 7 tab. But on my form responses, I'm an idiot. I meant to fill that out with period 7. I'm way too tired. I'm just even too lazy to write in actual names. Okay. Submit. All right, so now I have P7 advisory period, but there's no P7 advisory period. So what I have to do is go back to the add-ons, go to 2 tabs, show the sidebar. Hello, sidebar. There it is. And I need to reset. So it's going to remove all the tabs. And it will allow me to do what period are you in again. And now we'll have period 7. So if it's September, it won't, and you have tabs by month, Sally, October won't show up when it switches over to October. You'll have to, in October, do a reset and a submit. Why is this going slow? You know what? I should have restarted my computer.
But I actually think the teachers will be very happy with this. It's nice to have everything all in one tab. So when you go over to 2 tabs, all you did was pick the question that asked what period they were in.
Yeah, so you pick the column that you want to filter by.
Okay, it's easy. It's great script.
Thank you. So this one, yeah, here it goes. I've never seen it lag like that. I think I just need to redo my computer. One second. Be quiet. Then it'll update. So you just have to sometimes do a refresh. Okay. What other attendance questions or issues do you think why would you not use Google Forms for attendance? Is there anything that you're concerned about? Like you've now used it for attendance. How do I get the information I need? We are okay on that? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, if that is all, that's all I have. Oh, I was going to show you how I put it in Google Classroom. Actually, you can reuse post, create, reuse post. And I have 300 classes, so sometimes this gets very angry with me. Okay. And I go get the Monday attendance. Do you see where it says create new copies of all attachments? Never, ever in your whole life use that. Never. Just don't. Just don't. It's the devil. Don't. Hate it. Okay, so now I just change it from Monday to Tuesday. Boom, ready to go. Form's already in there. Only thing I got to do is I got to make sure that it says today. Make sure it's in the today spot.
That was great, Alice. Thank you very much.
It was helpful.
It was. You always are.
Oh, thanks.
I appreciate it, and I'm going to go.
All right, bye.
Have a good night, everyone.
Hey, everybody. And anyone's last minute questions, last chance.
I think it's something I understand. I just missed it because of my dog, but